Bad Boys 4 has just been released in Ride or Die. So, going into the movie, many publications released different articles. One of them, by Essence, says, "It's been 2 years. Can we let go of the slap now?" One person that cannot let go of the slap is a personal friend of Chris Rock, Stephen A. Smith. And he says he still finds it hard to go to cinema and watch a Will Smith film. Says Will owes a conversation to the black community as to why he slapped Chris Rock. Ladies and gentlemen, the box office has spoken. He does not need such a conversation. Why am I saying that? Is because the movie debuted to $104 million opening. It was the first blockbuster of the summer, major film, and it wasn't called an upset, but Will Smith has been doing this for how many summers now? Martin Lawrence has been doing this for how many summers now? They opened up to 100 million and counting in its opening weekend. So I was quite perplexed when I saw the Stephen A. Smith show and he said, well, he needs to have a conversation with the black community on what happened. And when I listened to it, I thought, well, I don't know about that, because he's gone about his business. After the slap, he put out a long post to Chris Rock, period. I get it. Chris don't want to talk to you, bro. I'd rather fight you. I get that part. But that was the conversation, and that's who he owed it to, and he decided to make it public, even though it should have been a private thing in my view. But he did make it public, and I thought that was the end of it. But Stephen A. Smith is essentially saying, no, you need to have a conversation with the black community. No, he wants a conversation with him. He wants to interview Will Smith for whatever reason, and that's what he's not saying. Go ahead and say it, bruh, because he doesn't necessarily need that. You don't believe me? Let's look at the box office numbers. Matter of fact, I asked a specific question on our Facebook page. I said, who went to see Bad Boys over the weekend? Asking for research. Did the Oscars incident from 2 years ago keep you from going? So let's go down the list. When I tell you almost 1,000%, 100%, let's go with that, of the people that commented either went, 70-80%, and the 20% that did not go stated they were on the way. They were going to go this week. Okay. Again, Max Jerome says the box office has spoken. Amor Marie says I love the movie and will go again. Lori Brooks, I plan on going this week. Bad Boys franchise fan for life. Vincent Boyd has a direct comment for Stephen A. He can agitate the gravel. My wife and I saw it Saturday night and loved it. Roseanne Anderson, I can't wait to see it. We'll keep doing your thing. Ebony, yes, I went. Big yeses. And we'll probably go again. It was awesome. Ned Howard basically said, we don't care what you say, Stephen A. What are you talking about? Stephen A. Smith is an insult. Albert Brown, yes, I saw what happened 2 years ago. And yes, I saw Bad Boys Ride or Die. Good movie. Diane Brown said yes, went to see it twice, and no to the slap. Meant nothing to me at all, and it's funny that people judge others must live in heaven and have not ever did anything bad. Will Smith owes us nothing. I disagree with Stephen A. Smith. He owes us no explanation, according to Willie Carswell. I didn't make it this weekend, according to Anthony, but plan to go this week. Reggie Claxton says I could care less about the slap, going to see the movie, and don't need the conversation. Stephen A. Smith is annoying. Albert Brown, I'm going back to see it again today. You must really love the movie. Raymond Champ Banks is the undercurrent of what this video is about. People like Stephen A. Smith and Charles Barkley don't speak for black Americans. I want to augment that. They don't speak for all black Americans. So for them putting on a cape, I love them adding on to the conversation, saying I'm a part of the black community. I want to make sure we discuss this, but to make blanket statements like that is just asinine to me. Stephen Chambers, I haven't got the chance to see it. Hopefully tonight. Will owes Chris that conversation. Leave the millions of us out of it. We all make mistakes. Gotta move forward. And that goes back to my first comment. He owes that to Chris, and he tried to give Chris that conversation either through phone or tried to meet up in person. He couldn't do it, and the night or a few days after the slap incident 2 years ago, he put out that long IG post. So he owes Chris that conversation. To us, no, he's gonna make great movies. Stephanie Johnson said loved it, and Will doesn't owe Stephen A anything in the black community, knows that you don't disrespect a man's wife, mother, sister, auntie, and grandma. Keep those movies coming, sir. Stephen A should have a conversation with Chris Rock, who has been disrespectful to that man's wife since 2017. And then, I mean, there you have it. I don't have to keep going on and on and on about the comments, but the proof's in the pudding. Stephen A. Smith, you don't speak for all the black community, and for saying and demanding that Will needs to have a conversation with the black community. The numbers don't show that. They just flat out don't show that. They show that they had $100 and something million opening weekend. So people are still going out to see those movies, and those brothers sold that movie. I mean, shout out to Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. They were everywhere on every podcast you could even imagine. They were showing up at movie theaters. They were showing up on TikTok. They were showing up every single interview, ready and prepared to talk through the movie. So I want to say, I saw the hard work they put in. So it wasn't they just put the movie out and expected 100 million. They worked the movie, and they're still working to get people in the theaters. So I'm telling all kind of backstories and all kind of secrets over the years. So me personally, by the way, in case you're wondering, I did not get a chance to go see opening weekend. I will be seeing it this week. Black News Network.